Hello and welcome back to the Chromecast of the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do astrology tarot, I do divine guidance, spirit guide weekly reads, I do yes and no tarot, I do predictive tarot, I do active magic, candle magic tarot, and I also do candle magic tarot. And that's what I have for you today. I have a twin flames and separation reading. What is my person feeling about our connection? I have 4 piles in a pick a card presentation. It's going to be pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4. There's going to be an insert in a moment so that you can pick your pile, kind of concentrate, see which one calls out to you. That is the message you're meant to receive. All of the candles have been anointed first with truth serum from Inexplicable Things. I'm in no way affiliated. And then with a separate conjure oil that is supposed to try and identify a particular type of connection in the twin flame category. One of the reasons I decided to do this is it is one of the most common reasons that people book a reading, is to find out what's going on with their twin flame. I'm not sure why at this time that there are a lot of people who have located their twin flame, and twin flames are, it's a difficult connection, and it often does end up in separation. So we're going to be checking on what's going on with you and your person today. There's going to be an insert, concentrate. The timestamps are going to be in the description box down below. I will see you at the time of your reading. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 1, pile number 1, then this is your candle and this is your reading. And your candle was anointed both with truth serum and then also with Adam and Eve. Now, this doesn't have to be a gendered situation either. It can apply to same-sex relationships or opposite gender relationships. There's no rules. Gender and tarot we all contain masculine and feminine energies, so it's a tiny bit meaningless. So it's just about that kind of deep soul level, you and I were made for each other type of love. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's check our oracle cards first. What is your person feeling about your connection? Dare, take a risk and fly. That sounds good. Embrace the balance between earth and spirit. This is the chakra balance card. This is usually, okay, it looks like there's some healing to be done in this particular connection. I've got clean it up. Oh, I wonder what they're dealing with on their end. Forgiveness. I have angel of balance, hostilities, adventures, unfinished symphony, so there's more to come, protecting treasure, and then the shadow influence from the Dark Mirror deck is the naked before the stars. Okay, so we have a starting over type of energy. It's possible that your twin flame has had to leave behind a relationship, as have you. It doesn't have to be that way. And there will be multiple scenarios present in any situation, any reading. That's why it can kind of seem like I'm telling more than one story. It's because more than one message comes in for this particular group as well. Let's get going here. So forgiveness. I wonder if this is going to be a situation where they did something wrong. Hey, the 4 of Wands is on the scene. That is one of the 1111 cards. And keep going. Hostilities and Angel of Balance. They may be dealing with some conflicts on their end. 3 of Swords in the upright. That is a difficult energy. It's a heartbreak energy. I have the Queen of Swords in reverse. I have the Chariot in reverse. I have the 7 of Swords in the upright. Okay. This is one of those situations where hostilities with that 7 of Swords in the upright. Okay. Clean it up and protecting treasure. So it looks like you've been in separation. Oh, look. There's a card from a completely different deck in there. That happens sometimes. Actually, I had dropped a tray of tarot cards the other day, so I had like a couple of thousand cards on the floor. It was awesome. Maybe I'm not exaggerating. I think it was about 15 decks, so it's a little over. It'll be about 700 cards. There we go. All right. We have the 10 of Swords in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. That is a difficult energy around this one. What is the story here? Can I get going? You're not coming out? Okay. All right. We're going to put it down to 3. Cut. Just take the rest of the read. There we go. All right. Nine of Cups in the upright, that's the external influence, that's what we want. Page of Cups in the upright. The Moon in the upright. Six of Pentacles. Three of Cups. Five of Swords, the Magician. What else have we got for this? What else have we got for this? Nine of Swords in reverse. Hey, I like the easing of anxieties energy that's around this with Four of Pentacles in reverse. That's a healing energy. We have the Hanged Man and the Sun in the upright. All right, so this is what the person is feeling. Eight of Wands in the upright. I have the Queen of Wands in the upright. Okay, so group number one, what's going on here? It looks as if you and your person have never really been able to come to an agreement about where you're heading. You know it's an ongoing thing. This is one of those situations where you can feel each other's feelings. It's been a really painful connection for you, though. Understood. The past is difficult. It looks like there were lies told. Sincerely, somebody's heart got broken. It may have been yours, because I've gotten the short-term outlook, that Ten of Swords in reverse, which is kind of that releasing of long-term emotional pain. It's a healing energy, but healing is often, frequently uncomfortable. Nine of Pentacles in the upright. You've been doing the work that you need to, but what's going on with them? There's denial energy around this. They faced an inner conflict. Something about your connection makes it particularly challenging for them to go towards. They may have already been involved in a situation of their own with the Three of Cups in the upright. They may have already had a person, or you may have already had a person. How are they feeling about this? At present, they're a little bit gutted. That's that Ten of Swords in reverse. They've been trying to figure out a way to make things work. They think about you. Oh, they think about you all the time. They really do. It's probably, they think about you constantly, and they try and find out things about you. You have some mutual acquaintances or family that knows what's going on with the other. Your person is very conflicted and really does want something to happen, but they have their own issues to heal. The coronavirus has really slowed things down as well. They feel very isolated, and it's been exceptionally painful for them. They dream of a reunion with you, and they're hoping that that'll be soon. They want to ask for your forgiveness on something. I might have to clarify on that. They want to ask for your forgiveness on something. Can I find out what they need forgiving on? Can you give me some information on what they need forgiving on? They want to be with you, but they have no idea how to make it work at present. There's a lot of confusion around how to come together. It looks like you're actually, even though you're twin flames, this is going to be a twin flame reading, so everybody involved is a twin flame pairing. Here's the thing, you're actually very different. You're actually very different people. You're both exceptionally powerful. Healing, it's the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So they injured you. I don't need any more on that. They injured you. I think that they tried to avoid this particular connection. They were overwhelmed by it. They were overwhelmed initially. Most of the time, they are still trying to make plans to finish out a situation, clean it up. I think they're not just in separation. I think they live in a different area, because I've got the Chariot in reverse. Up here I have the Eight of Wands in the upright, though. This is a temporary situation. And what is your person up to? Apparently healing for them as well. They live in an atmosphere where they're constantly arguing with somebody. It may be someone from a past pairing, but I don't get the energy of them still being involved. They want you to know that they stay away from you because they think it's what's best for you. They're afraid they're not actually good for you. And they know they hurt you very, very badly. And they don't know how they're ever going to mend it. They don't know how they're ever going to fix it. They think you're a much stronger person than they are. There's a lot of reason for them to believe that. You've actually overcome a great deal. And you just keep plugging away at things. You're not somebody who kind of admits defeat and lies down and just, waits for it to be over. You're somebody who hits the ground running. They want a new beginning with you. They are hoping for things to heal. But what is this conflict energy? There is a conflict in their life in trying to make things happen with you. And it's a past relationship that they're having trouble clearing out of the path. And then they're really trying to focus on a project of their own. And it's more than anything, they're trying to make sure that they feel worthy of you. But they're contrite. They're so sorry they hurt you so badly. They really, I'm sorry, I know that was probably not the world's best face to see on your tarot card reader, but that's a lot of pain. There has been a lot of grieving and a lot of pain and a lot of anxiety around this particular connection, and you're wondering, is it ever, ever, ever going to work out? A very good energy around it working out. There is something that has to occur and be fully realized first. And that is, it's actually not on your end, it's on their end. You've done your work. Like, you've been really good about doing your work. And it's not that they're not doing their work, it's that they're not as comfortable with... Here's what I've got. When this initially started, your person was not comfortable with it. Like, they weren't anticipating it. It came as a giant, like, oh my God, what's going on type of connection. And I'm not sure what the reasons are surrounding that. I think it may have been a prior commitment on their part and potentially on yours as well. And they haven't really understood what to do. Don't stop. Opportunity. The situation will improve. Unlikely. Yes. Be assertive. Big happy changes. All right, so the unlikely card, they go back and forth sometimes. They really do. Sometimes they're all about trying to work it out, but then they have grave they have a lot of self-doubt. They have a lot of self-doubt. You've been through more than they have. Not that suffering is ever a contest, but you've been through quite a bit. And they're not sure how they're ever going to essentially earn you. And so they have a tendency to keep their distance, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. All right. Nobody likes that card. I don't blame them either. Can I get more about, they're waiting for the right time. They're waiting for the right time. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. In the meantime, you're kind of being urged to focus on you. Focus on your own journey. And I know no one really likes hearing that, but it's not the same thing as being told you've got to be alone. It's just that if you can't be with your person, and they've got stuff that they're trying to work out within themselves. And here's the thing, you already have done a lot of your work. You're not just sitting around pining. Trust, this situation is calling on you to have faith. So group number one, let's talk a little bit more about what they're feeling for you. And the feelings that your person have for you, they're enduring. You don't need to worry about that part. You're the thing that they dream of. You're the thing that makes them happy. And they struggle with that. They have all kinds of fantasies about what you two can do together. But in reality, they're a little fearful. They're a little fearful of what your connection means. I don't think they ever really anticipated feeling this strongly about anyone, and they have a lot of issues that they need to heal. They think about you, they have regrets, but they don't really know how to even go about approaching a conversation. They're very conflicted. They're very conflicted about what to do. about, yeah, false person with the Seven of Swords. I think they ran away. Change, coffin, child, official person, and message of concern. Okay, so coffin is like trying to let something go. And please don't be upset, group number one. They did at one point try and let go of this connection. They did. It wasn't successful. It wasn't successful, and they have since become more and more convinced that you are part of each other. But they did, because of, it does look like external people, they did try to let go of it at first. And it just simply did not. They're in toil and labor. They have a lot of internal work to do. They tried to let go of the connection. They were not successful. This might be a no contact situation. But they're actually very aware that you're twin flames as well. They try and kind of vibe at you a great deal. The way that they're most connected to you is in energetic space. And they, naked before the stars, they're trying to improve themselves in order to be with you. Sometimes they hope that you're waiting for them. And honestly, sometimes they hope that you let them go. And it's not because they don't want to be with you. It really genuinely isn't. It's because they start doubting their own abilities to actually bring about the change that they need to in order for you to be together. Don't doubt this. You don't need to doubt, but you do need to be patient. You do need to be patient. That's that Knight of Pentacles energy too. It's something doesn't happen quickly, but it's happening. This isn't that far away though. Your person is feeling like your chance is coming soon, hopefully after everything having to do with COVID. COVID does play a part in this. It may be keeping them separate from you now. In fact, I think at least once they had determined that it was time, and that's when COVID kind of descended upon the world. It didn't cause them to doubt, but after a couple of months, they started to hope that you were moving on. And it was simply because they really struggled. They really struggled with issues of depression during lockdown. And they started to wonder if they were good for you. They've gone back and forth on that. They're still trying to do their work. They're coming out of this energy at this particular time, and they are hoping to come forward. And what they're feeling is that they want another chance. They want a new beginning. They don't know when it can happen. They know they can't plan yet, but they think about a reunion with that Three of Cups energy. They're hoping that, this is cute, they are at least a little glad that you have no opportunity to meet anybody else right now. They keep kind of, they ask someone you know about you a lot. Happy family. This will get a happy ending, apparently. The door to keep personal healing and happiness. Group number one. Your person, if you felt like fluctuating energy around this person, you're not wrong. They did actually try to release the connection initially, and it had to do with a bunch of peripheral factors. And then they decided that they were, and by the way, the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, something's happening with this in the next 6 months. Now, this is a general reading, so it can't apply to everybody watching, and there will be time frames that are like much shorter than that, and some that might be a little longer than that. But this is a shorter term spread, and that Eight of Wands is travel, progress, something moving towards you. They have kind of been through their long dark night of the soul, naked before the stars, and they're hoping that you will forgive them. They did not handle something well, and they know that they hurt you. And they don't, at first they were so concerned about their ability to hurt you that they genuinely did just try to move on. And they couldn't. They couldn't. Every time that they couldn't stop thinking about you. They can't stop thinking about you. So group number one, your person is healing some things and apparently resolving something in their own life. They think about you all the time, and you are their Nine of Cups energy. You are what they're dreaming about and hoping for and trying to come towards. They have a blockage right now, and then also they're very afraid of how much they hurt you. They are aware of it, and they have no idea how to approach it, asking for forgiveness. I would let them have their time so that they can, don't make a big deal out of it. It'll compound it. They've got a lot of anxiety issues. I think you do as well. Twin flames often mirror each other in exactly those capacities. But do understand that this still looks like it's a fateful pairing, and you don't actually have as long to wait as it sometimes feels. Try to be patient. It looks like you're actually doing very well with that now. You had a lot of work go into it. Understand your twin flame has come to an acceptance of the love that you have. And when they can get here, divine timing, it's worth waiting for, they will. And the thing that is really blocking them right now is COVID and the state of the world. But it is not their belief in your love. They have a full belief in your love. And they are looking forward to the day when they can be by your side again. And they're not in contact right now because they do believe there's an off chance that you could meet somebody else and be happier. They're afraid that they complicate your life. But they also really, really hope that you don't meet somebody. So they have a little bit of conflict within, but you are loved by your person, and they hope to come towards you soon. And my cards had that happening within about a 6-month period. And try not to freak out at the 6 months. It doesn't mean you won't have any contact in between, but it does mean that there are still things to be accomplished in healing for both parties. You've done the bulk of your work, and they're still doing theirs. Thank you so much for joining me in group number 1. If you liked this reading, please hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a button over there or down below. If you drop a comment in my comment section down below, I will automatically enter you in my free reading giveaway. If you would like to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment with all the information on how to contact me. I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Keep being patient. They were confused at first, but clarity has come to them. Take care. Be well. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 2, pile number 2, then this is your candle, this is your reading. Your candle was first anointed with truth serum, and then also with amanso guapo, which is a returning conjure oil. It's to bring old lovers back to you. It is also about reversing bad luck and increasing your fortunes. I thought it sounded like the right oil for this. It is about absent lovers and trying to draw them back. All things work best in conjunction with all things. All right, that is about finding your balance here. This is the chakra it's balancing all of your chakras. It's about trying to find an energetic equilibrium. We have bloom and attract more than butterflies. As you grow, you become more and more attractive. Peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. I have rest and rejuvenation. This is one of the cards for meditation. I have third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. That is your manifesting energy. I have opportunity. Peace. 2, peace. Okay, an observer. Encouragement. Fragmentation is the dark mirror. That is what they're dealing with. They've been trying to achieve through their own energetic work a sense of balance and a sense of peace. They have struggled with that in the past. They are watching you pretty darn closely. They're your cheerleader. I don't think you're in contact right now, but let's find out. Yeah, let's keep going here. Let's keep going here. This is the good tarot. We're going to do a predictive spread with it. They have such faith in you. They have such faith in you. They may not be in contact because they don't want to interrupt something that you're doing. I have the 10 of Wands. That was in reverse when it popped out, which is good. There we go. Let's keep going here. Let's keep going here. Okay. I have Call. I have the 9 of Cups as the foundational card. That's good. That is the wish fulfillment card as well. What else have we got for this particular spread? Okay. I have the 6 of Cups. I have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Things have not been working out. This is soul contract with Queen of Swords in the upright. I have the Page of Pentacles. I have transformation. Good. I have the Star card in reverse. Yeah, they have been dealing with depression? Maybe. We'll find out. I have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. I have Love in the upright. Oh, they're not happy without you. Oh, that's very sweet. I have the Messenger of that's the Page of Cups with the Chariot, with the Moon in reverse, with the Page of Swords in reverse. They watch you. They watch you kind of carefully, actually. They're watching you on social media somehow. I have the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. I have the 7 of Wands in reverse. I have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. I have the Empress in reverse. Okay. So, group number 2. It looks like there was a lot of stress around this particular connection when it first formed. There's at least some conflict around the connection itself. It's taken some time for your person to achieve like a sense of peace with this. At first, it really seemed to have like stirred up a lot of doubt, sorry about that. So, at first, there was conflict surrounding this for your person. I don't think it was for you. It really challenged a couple of things about their own peace of mind, and it knocked them completely off balance. I think you had more assurance around it. It took them some time, some thought, some reflection. Their feelings on this now are they've come to a state of being in which they understand this is happening. Unlike you, they're a really patient person, though. Yeah, they're a super patient person. They move very carefully. This is a very cautious individual. Peace and tranquility it's kind of one of their life's goals. And they have a tendency to step back and observe a great deal. Observer, yeah, they do. They have a tendency to step back and try to observe things very carefully. They don't ever act hastily. It's odd because you are twin flames, but you don't have that in common. You're impulsive and they simply are not. This is a past, you have found each other time and time again, lifetime after lifetime. The feeling that they have is they have really come to the realization that they can never be truly happy without you. They're not coming forward quite yet, but they will be soon. Expect news on that. I've got 2 pages in the upright. Transformation. You will be hearing from them. When you do, it's going to be a message that like gladdens your heart, encouragement as well. There's something, there's still something they need to resolve. It seems to be a personal matter. It doesn't seem to be anything having to do with another relationship. What they're feeling is after much reflection, they're no longer conflicted about this. They understand they're just not in a rush. They're not in a rush. They want things to take a very healthy form. They want things to take a very healthy form. And they haven't always been a very healthy person. It looks like you're trying really hard to achieve something, and they don't want to interfere with that. They don't. This is not one of my favorite energies. This is one. I keep having a twin flame situation where somebody keeps like kind of making decisions for the other person, going, well, it's not good for them right now, so I'll hold back. And without them thinking about it, that is essentially them taking away the power for you to have a say in your own life. it is something you will eventually be together and dealing with. I don't think you remain in separation. I don't think this is something that goes on for a super long time. And honestly, altogether, I don't think it's gone on all that long. It might be a couple of years if it's that, but this is not a long-term twin flame situation. I think it is after kind of multiple serious relationships. They didn't know what a twin flame was. Oh. They didn't know what a twin flame was. They only knew about soulmates. Happy family. That one came out for the last group as well. What they're feeling is that Nine of Cups energy. They are dreaming of the future, but they're very happy in that kind of state where Door to Spirit, yeah, they spend a lot of time meditating and reflecting. Journey, adjacent possibilities. This is interesting. They're wondering how it is that you're going to form a relationship. The Magician in the Mirror with caring connections. They know that they have to change something in their own life in order to have you in theirs. And part of what really threw them for a loop at first was they weren't thinking of changing anything. They weren't, and they're very set in their ways. They're very set in their ways. But Call is also the Judgment card, the Gabriel card. Falling for you was a very disconcerting and startling thing. And at first, they just had no idea what to do with it, and they ran away. They just plain old-fashioned ran away. They're running back. They are running back with that Chariot energy with the Page of Cups in the upright. They're going to be clear about what their intentions are this time, too. Ace of Pentacles in the upright, Seven of Wands in reverse. What they're feeling now is they want to be able to start establishing things. But as I said, they're not in a rush, and they're watching you. This observer energy, they're watching you because you're in the middle of trying to accomplish something. And they're very spiritual. And it's part of the reason that not knowing about twin flames really freaked them out. It really freaked them out when they discovered what a twin flame was and that a lot about your connection fit that. There we go. We have You're Ready, Reconsider, Remain Positive. Okay, can I get one more? Reconsider. See, I think they turned away from you. I think they might have rejected you. I think you were rejected by this person. And transformation, because that's a change. Reconsider. Okay, I just want one more card. Okay, 1 and 2. The reason I never take the one on the bottom is it just sticks on my hand, and that's the reason it's popping out like that. Unlikely with weight. Ask for help from others. And yes. Okay. It is unlikely you'll have to wait much longer. Is essentially what this means. Remain positive. It's unlikely you'll have to wait much longer. The only thing that you're dealing with here is, this is something that, like, sincerely, I wish you very well in dealing with it as part of your relationship. The only thing about your person is that they have a tendency to decide that they know you really well. And like on an energetic level, they meditate a great deal, and they're kind of like always feeling like they hang out with you in energetic space. And they have a tendency to decide kind of unilaterally that it is a good idea for them to stay away from you because they don't want to impede your progress in something. but they're your biggest cheerleader. You might not know about it. There's going to be more open communication. There really is. But you're not a super patient person. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. See, here's what I've got. You can make things happen at the speed of light. Yeah. You're a ball of fire. And they're not. They're not. They've got multiple, rest, rejuvenation, contemplation, think. Bloom. They want you to accomplish something first. They don't want to disrupt you. And again, it's that, they've decided that they'll be a distraction, so they're not going to come anywhere near you. We have reconciliation and then engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So, group number 2, what they're thinking and feeling. After a period of being in denial, they have come to understand that you've been their love across time and space, and they didn't know that when this all started happening. They were very freaked out, and they're not somebody who's used to being freaked out by other people. By situations, yes, but by other people, no. They have a high level of detachment around other people, and they do things very, very slowly with a lot of thought and a lot of planning. And so this took them off guard, and they freaked out, and I believe they just ran away. And they haven't been in contact now, but to them, it doesn't even feel that way because they are able to meditate, and they know that they're in contact with you when they do. And what they're feeling is just a lot of pride and happiness and love towards you, but they don't have the same sense of urgency that you do. They're very much everything will come in its time and place, and I go with the flow. I am at the mercy of the energetic universe. I surrender to my fate. And it's kind of cute and kind of sweet, and they're not thinking about what a contradiction it is that they're constantly making your decisions for you. They don't see that contradiction where it's like, yes, and yet you're the one that's pulling a couple of marionette strings there. They really, really mean well, and they don't have a reductive view of you. They really don't. It's simply that it's their way of being protective. They're exceptionally protective of you. Something happened at the very beginning of this connection, and you were in a lot of pain, and emotional pain, and they knew about it. And it was incredibly distressing to them. And that's kind of why they hold back now, is they want to make sure that you've had a chance. And again, it's that they're not trying to dictate things. They're really not. They're not a control freak. They've called this one a little wrong. They think that they're doing the best thing for you, and they're not getting the whole, don't do that. Don't make my decisions for me. They're not getting that part. They don't understand why that's a bit of an issue. What they're thinking is that as soon as there's some kind of event they're waiting to have happen, message of concern, high honor, marriage, poverty, great fortune, change, adjudication. Family room, coffin. Group number 2, this cannot apply to everybody, but it is possible that they're waiting for you to be divorced. That is one of the things that holds them up, that you're in the process of a divorce. That won't hold true for everybody. In fact, the predominant energy of this has been what they're feeling is a lot of pride in knowing that they're connected to you, because apparently you are just really one of those luminous people who attracts others to you. And it's part of the reason that they had a really hard time believing that you were their soulmate for a while. It's not that they're not, it's just they don't view themselves that way, and they've, I think, always kind of viewed you that way. Group number 2, just try to be patient. You have a slowpoke who is actually, they just don't understand the urgency. It is one area in which you diverge. Although there's a mirror connection between twin flames, it doesn't mean you have the exact same personality attributes. In fact, it's frequently the opposite of that. They're hard to budge and you are hard to slow down. But they are going to catch up with you. And it looked to me like they're planning on contacting you quite soon. That was a lot of pages. Sooner or later, I think you'll get the opportunity to have the discussion where you're going to ask them like why they were, because I've got like dead silence at the moment in the real world, in the 3D world. You're going to get a chance to ask them about that. And what they're going to say to you is like, try not to react too strongly. Understand that they really do mean well, and they're not thinking about, you shouldn't try and dictate what comes into my life like that. And they didn't think of it that way, and they don't think of it that way. This is not, it does not look like a long-term separation energy to me, although I think it's been a little while already. They had to go through an initial freak out stage where it just, they thought they had their life planned out. They thought they had their life planned out, and they kind of didn't know what a twin flame was. And so when they first felt really connected to you, they just thought they'd gone crazy. So now that they have determined that they're not crazy, they spend a lot of time contemplating the life you will eventually have together. But they're very patient, and they're very slow moving, and they consider things very carefully, and they're so intrigued by you. They're very intrigued by you, but they're happy watching from a distance for the moment. And there's no point in trying to rush them. This is one of the things that they will help you find balance in. They're too slow and you're a little too quick. And somewhere in the middle, the two will meet. I don't think this is a long-term separation. I don't think it will go on past the end of 2020. Hang in there, take care, be well. Thanks for joining me. If you like this reading group number 2, don't forget to subscribe. There's a button over there down below. If you drop a comment in the comment section down below, I will automatically enter you in my free reading giveaway. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, then there's going to be an insert in a moment that has all of the information on how to contact me. My website has all my prices, and I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Thanks again. I like the energy around this pairing, but like they're sooner or later, they're going to keep driving you crazy in a really endearing way. But for right now, they're just driving you a little bit crazy. Hang on, keep doing the thing that you're doing, and know that they watch pretty much everything that you do. Take care, be well. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 3, pile number 3, then this is your candle and this is your reading. This is Diva Drip, and Diva Drip is for increasing luxury, and it is making dreams come true. This is from Conjured Cardia. Again, not affiliated, but I do love her products. All right, here we go. I have in our oracle cards for what is my person thinking or feeling, we have Harmony Makes the Song of Life Sweeter. This read has been going quite well. There hasn't been a downer of a pile yet, so fingers crossed. Grow. All flowers must grow through dirt. Let me check that one more time. Okay. Thriving. I have relationships. I am attracted to those who serve my higher good. Broken heart. 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Soulmates. Message in a bottle. Deep freeze. And then our dark mirror, which is the issues that are holding me back, the temple of my body. Okay, they're oh, okay. Okay, well, this has been a tough connection. This has been a tough connection, and it started out apparently with heartbreak, but there was, yeah, deep freeze. So we're in separation. This is going to be the 3rd pile that's no contact, but you're going to be hearing from them soon. That's soulmate energy. Hello, you. Let's pick it back up and let's get going. What can we get going for group number 3? What are they thinking or feeling? They've had a health concern, I believe, that they've been working on. 8 of Swords in the upright with the 4 of Pentacles in the upright. Yeah, they're trying to get restored to full health. 4 of Wands in reverse with the Ace of Swords in reverse. You haven't heard a peep. They have been as silent as the tomb. It's because they're trying to. Let me make sure before I even say that, though. Can I get some more? I think they're trying to heal something. I think they're trying to. They're trying to heal something. I have the 6 of Cups in the upright. I have the Queen of Cups in reverse. I have the 6 of Pentacles in the upright. I have the 7 of Pentacles in the upright. This is a good energy, although it looks like it started out in a rough way. It looks like it started out with kind of a lot of pain. Okay, I have the 6 of Swords in the upright. It can be the card of ghosting. I have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. They turned their back on you at first. I don't know that you've ever been involved with this person, like not romantically. I think you met and there's that heartbreak situation. I have the Emperor in the upright. I have the 9 of Swords in the upright. Yeah. You met and there was a lot of turmoil around it, and you have not actually been in a relationship. Sometimes twin flames in separation, we have the Hierophant in the upright, we have Temperance in the upright, faith and healing, patience as well. Love is patient. That is what it's supposed to be. Love is patient. Okay, one more time. Okay, let's put it down. Let's get the rest of this read going here. I have the 2 of Swords in reverse. That's a choice being made. High Priestess in the reverse. That is something being revealed. Delayed wish fulfillment. 8 of Wands in reverse as well. 7 of Wands in the upright. Page of Wands in reverse. The Fool in reverse. 4 of Swords in the upright. I just want one more on that. Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, well, we knew that at least one of these groups would have, we don't know what the resolution is yet, but you are going to be back in contact soon with the soulmates and the message in a bottle. What are they thinking here? Here's kind of what I've got. They have not been talking to you. There's something that they need to work on. They genuinely don't think that they're good enough for you on multiple levels. And they just broke your heart to start. You've never been romantically involved yet. They've got some kind of body issue. They've got some issue around how they look right now. It looks like they're trying to improve their health and appearance. They do. Have they figured it out yet? Have they figured it out yet what they're going to do here? I don't know if they're still a little up in the air about where they're taking this, where they want to take it. There's been no contact of late. There will be contact, but occupation. I think I understand what's going on. I don't think they have a job. I think that's part of what they're working on too, because there's this very strong energy around not feeling concern. Yeah, they don't have a job right now. Message, gift, coffin, message of concern, poverty, house, and privileged lady. Okay, so group number 3. Listen, I think they're going to come around. But at the moment, they don't feel like they're at your level. I don't think your person has a job. I think that because they've got these very deep insecurities around whether or not you're truly going to want them for the long run. Yeah. They've got some concerns. They've got some concerns. Honestly, it seems like they almost think you're out of their league. And they know they hurt you really badly. But they're not employed. You're apparently like becoming more and more successful in something. They love you. That's what they're feeling. They love you so much. And they just want you to be really, really happy. But they have almost no faith in their own ability to make somebody happy. It's not going to stop them. I really don't think it's going to stop them. But they need to do some self-improvement first. That's what they think. Grow. They're concerned about the trajectory of their life, which is very stalled right now, and yours is not. Yours is not. Apparently, you just keep kind of powering through. You don't let much of anything stop you. That's the Queen of Wands energy in reverse. You really will just, put your head down and keep going if you need to. Door to romance. There we go. That's what we want to see. What else have we got? Here's the thing. I think they really... Group number 3, like there's an issue. It's either an addiction issue or it is some kind of... Because it's very much related to their body. There's something going on with their physical house that they don't think you're really going to be into them. I don't know if they're overweight and trying to lose weight. Financial constraints, walking away. They don't have a job. They have tried very hard to move on from this. That's part of what the deep freeze energy, the being in no contact was about. Victory. Adjacent possibilities, community. The garden and the gate. Happy family. Okay, so group number 3, your person they've got something that they're working on with themselves, and I think it's on multiple levels. Again, they might be trying to give up. I don't have the addiction card here, though. I think they're trying to get healthier on multiple levels. They have not, they're concerned that, you can't really be physically attracted to them. They think that that Queen of Wands energy is, they think that you're too attractive for them. They are concerned that you could do better. I don't think they really understand what a twin flame is. I really don't think they understand what a twin flame is. You both have a lot of self-doubt with this 8 of Swords energy. Theirs really was pretty much all-consuming. And so what they initially tried to do, heartbreak with the Archangel Gabriel, this is like delivering messages. What they initially tried to do was to put you off and to tell you that it just was never going to work out. And it does have to do with all of the things that they didn't think they were going to be good for you. They just didn't think they were going to be good for you. They want to be your friend right now. That's where they're trying to... They're funny. They go back and forth on thinking we can be really good friends, and then they have all kinds of dreams. And so they understand that they don't just have friendship energy around you. But they have themselves convinced that you are not really interested in them. That it was just kind of a fluke, that you made a mistake. To this moment, they don't really understand what a twin flame is. All they know is that they think about you all the time. And they really do think that you're out of their league. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. I don't think you need to worry about this. They're getting back in touch. past life relationship, trust the situation is calling on you to have faith. That Six of Cups energy is often a past life relationship. Listen, they're working on their stability, on their finances, on their health, and apparently on their appearance. Because this is one of the funnier things. They're terrified of you seeing them without their clothes on. Like that's one of the things that has apparently been holding them back. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Clearly, you're already very deeply in love with somebody, and you know when you are, that's just not as important. But they're afraid that you're not actually going to be physically attracted to them, and they think you are smoking. So you've got that part going on. What are they feeling? They're feeling deeply insecure. They haven't been in contact because they thought that you would kind of move on. They still don't really know that much about twin flames. They've only ever heard the description. They had kind of gotten to a point in their life where they were resigned about, like, hey, like this is not going to be an important part of my life. They had, you might be a little older is the thing. They had kind of gotten to the point in their life where they thought, this is there's no grand romance for me. That like the person that they loved, it was not a super passionate connection, but it was very enduring. They've since gone their separate ways, but whatever's going on with them physically, they have insecurity around whether or not they would ever really hold your interest physically. So they're coming back towards you, and it is going to be as a friendship. I don't think it stays that way. I really don't. The trust card, the situation is calling on you to have faith. The next time you hear from them, and it looks to be very shortly, and very shortly, this is a timeless reading, but I would look for that within the next 30 days. And it is more about, hey, just wondering how you're doing as far as I can tell. Don't push on that yet. There's plenty of time to kind of assuage their fears. They're trying to get healthier and trying to get in shape. So they're kind of, whereas they've sort of convinced themselves, oh, they'd never really be into me, they're actually working on themselves to look better. And you're already in love with them, so like whatever's going on, it's their own insecurities plaguing them. But what they're feeling is that they've kind of convinced themselves that they'll never really, really want me on that level, but I still want this person in my life. So it does kind of start out as reconnecting as friends again, but they're in love with you. So, and you're in love with them. So wait for the opportunities is what my advice would be. They're about, within the next month or so, they are going to contact you. And it is going to be that message of concern. It is going to be about, hey, how are you doing? And there was a community card as well, and friendship. That's what it looks like here. It's a general reading. It can't hold true for everybody. But that's what was all over this cards. From there, I don't think you need to worry. They're really, really, really smitten with you. And they have been, but they're just having a hard time believing that this has actually happened for them. Like they very much think that the kind of desire that they have for you, it has to be one-sided. So group number 3, understand that there is still more to come in this particular relationship. I would let it take the friendship form and know that it very swiftly moves into what you're hoping it will. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this reading, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a button over there or down below. Mushmouth on the subscribe. If you would like to enter my free reading giveaway, drop a comment in the comment section. I will automatically enter you. If you would like to book me for a private reading, there's going to be an insert in a moment, and with all the information on how to do that. Love a chance to read for you in real life. Thank you again for joining me. I actually found that a very, very, very sweet pile. Like the thing that holds them back at this particular time is they just think you're so awesome. And they don't know if they'll ever be able to. The person they think you should be into is, you'd be very flattered. You'd be very flattered if you knew what they thought your level was. Take care, be well. They'll be back in touch soon, and I think you can carve your path after that. Welcome back. If you chose candle number 4, pile number 4, then this is your candle, this is your reading, and this is Asclepius. I think that's how it's pronounced. This is from Conjured Cardia. I am not affiliated. It is for healing of heartbreak. So this is a lot of the piles, twin flames and separation, there's almost always going to be some owies, but most of the piles have dealt with, there was some heartbreak energy. The last pile was so sweet, I'm still smiling about it. The only illusion is separation, unity, strength. Don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. So we've got overcoming and then constantly joined here. Dragon's Lair. There's some peril when we're in Dragon's Lair. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Community. With the world. Flexibility. Yin. A change in the wind. And then our shadow influences from the dark mirror is fated to suffer. This is that kind of, it's a victim mentality type of thing where people become convinced that they're barred from ever knowing true happiness. And I'm not laughing at the concept because some people have incredibly challenging and difficult lives. And it can become almost impossible to believe that you're not just a little cursed. Let's find out what's going on here. Okay, so heartbreak healing. Flexibility. All right, let's get going on this. Can I get some information on what's going on with this particular pairing? What is the twin flame of this particular pile watcher thinking and feeling? What are they feeling about this connection? Queen of Swords. I can be air sign energy. Like somebody in the comment section the other day had asked why I didn't identify the Queen of Cups as like a water sign energy. I rarely do that. I go by personality traits more than astrological ones. Here we go, the Devil in the upright. Oh, we're gonna have this is the addiction group, isn't it? The thing about twin flames is that quite frequently there is, it can kind of swing into codependency very easily because this is somebody you're so energetically connected to. And if it doesn't always, obviously, but if you have any predispositions towards addiction, it is something to make sure that it is not simply a manifestation of addiction. 8 of Swords in the upright, 7 of Swords in the upright, they lied. Empress in reverse, 8 of Wands in the upright, 10 of Wands in the upright is the internal. I have the Justice card as the external influence. I have the Knight of Cups in the hopes and fears, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 4 of Cups, Tower in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse. I have the 6 of Swords in reverse. Okay, let's go 2 more times. Addiction. There's so much addiction energy around this. That's a rock bottom energy as well. 3 of Cups in reverse. I wasn't going to call that one. There's a third party. Okay, come on, keep going. Healing of heartbreak. Here we go. Fool in reverse. Justice in reverse. 9 of Cups in the upright with the Queen of Cups in reverse. That is, if we want to call it a water sign energy. I'm not mocking that. I'm genuinely not mocking that. All readers are different, and I just don't happen to call out the astrological implications of things very often. It can mean that this is, you've got, you know, Pisces energy, Cancer energy, Scorpio energy. It can. It just as the Devil card can be a Capricorn. I'm an empath, and so I'm an empathic reader, and I have a tendency to read from emotional intonation first. And that's what I've got here. There has been, yeah, they think they're bad for you, and they're suffering from addiction. While they're working on something, they're not going to be in contact. They go back and forth on trying to figure out how to give up something that is making them very unhappy. They're waiting. Community, the world, flexibility. You're going to be hearing from them again soon. That Eight of Wands energy is progress, it's communication. It can be travel over water as well. This particular deck has butterflies on the wands as well. That's a transformative energy, transformation. They have a very hard time with things. This is an energy where they've been in denial about their feelings about you and about multiple things in their lives. They have had a hard time with, they have addictive tendencies. You may as well. I don't think I think you are far more likely to kind of confront them and try and heal them. I think that's part of what you're doing in separation. The trust, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me. What's going to happen with this connection? All of the other ones thus far, it's looked pretty good, but that addiction energy always makes me a little bit nervous. Until such, and it can't just be codependency, by the way. Until such time as you've healed a codependent dynamic with somebody, you can't expect to have a healthy relationship with them. And maybe that's what the Dragon's Lair energy is about. And you can still, by the way, have a relationship with somebody that you've had like a codependent type of drawing to, like you've been kind of fixated on somebody. All you have to do is put it back in balance and in better perspective, and that's that yin energy. Healer of the ages, angel of strength, storm warning, fifth chakra, Archangel Raphael, attachment, walking away, community, victory, the world. So I do have two energy decks, and that's why we just got those two same cards again. Community, the world, victory. Here is what I've got. Group number 3. I think you've been doing a lot to heal yourself from codependency. Empaths are particularly prone to codependency. We have a tendency to attract people who are a little predatory because we kind of have the gift of understanding others. And particularly narcissists and sociopaths can prey upon that, trying to advance their own desires, and they can be very abusive towards an empath and get a lot of, unfortunately, abusers often will do it because they get a sense of power out of seeing somebody hurt. And so that's another reason that empaths have a tendency to attract abusers, is that when you have these like very, available feelings, it can be quite the lure to somebody who's cruel. And so you've been healing from, I believe it is a relationship in the past that made you doubt yourself. This person is entirely aware of that. They're also aware that they're struggling with something and that you apparently were in a very codependent relationship. You've done a lot to heal and they know you've made progress. What I've got here with the multiple victories, communities, the worlds, I think they're starting to take steps towards healing. Now that could involve AA, it could involve NA, it could be whatever their particular addiction is. They may also be codependent. It looks to me as if you've made great strides in kind of solving your own dilemmas with that. They're really locked into their kind of battle with trying to become their highest self. Take one more look at that. Fated to suffer. At the present time, they really may believe that it's not meant to work out between you two. But they can't stand being away from you. Like they can't stand the thought of never being with you. Or not knowing what's going on in your life, not having direct contact with you. They've been out of contact, I think, because that devil energy, like everybody concerned is very aware that there's a problem. And you've been working on your stuff, and they haven't been talking to you about the ways in which they've been working on their stuff. I'm really relieved that there's like zero energy of like another party being involved here. It looks to me like the only thing keeping you two separate is the need to heal multiple areas. It is safe for you to love, let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. Group number 4, there's a need to be patient here. Their religious factors, chemistry, make the effort, codependency. Okay, group number 4. Listen, I think this works out. But what they're thinking and feeling right now is that they know that they need to work on loving themselves first, and that you do and have as well. They understand that until such time as you're both healthy, you shouldn't be together. Your person's actually got a lot of insight into you, and you have a lot of insight into them. I'm not getting the sense that you're chomping at the bit here. I think you've kind of accepted, you know that they have addiction issues. You know they're either, and most of the time people are prone to codependency. It is a form of addiction, so you have it. And by the way, super prone to codependency, not in the least insulting you. I had to go through a big healing process after being in a 20-year relationship that was. I'm okay now, but it was a process. It does take a process to let go of somebody that's just a punishing connection for you. And you've done your healing, and they're working on theirs, and they really are kind of in the space where they're okay with working on them. They have hopes for the future though. They're going to be back in contact because the way they feel about you actually is kind of impacting their ability to recover. Concern, house, thief. That's that 7 of Swords energy too. That's the lying energy. They have tried in the past to, I think, cut you off. Either it could go either way because it always can in love readings, but there's somebody here tried to just put an end for all time to this. And it was because they were concerned they weren't stable enough for you, that they understand that they've got some issues, and they know that you're a little more on top of taking care of yours than they have been. And so it's kept you separate for the short term. I have community. I'm telling you, child, that's formative damage as well. Can I get one more and I will call it a read? I think they might be going to AA or NA. That's the 3rd time that's come up. I get one more card and then I promise I will stop. There we go. Thoughts. So, group number 4. This is, your person's going to be back in contact with you. And I would not press on this particular connection too much. It looks like you've been in recovery for your own codependency. It looks like you're doing quite well. Your person is suffering from multiple forms of addiction, including their own tendency towards codependency. They're aware enough, and they appear to be interacting with something that is bringing them more and more knowledge about that. It really could be a support group. I had the community cards all over that. Understand that if that's what they're doing, and please, 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 please do not freak out, but they really, until they have a year's worth of sobriety underneath their belts, should not be involved in a romantic relationship in order to preserve their sobriety. And I think that's part of what's coming to you, is a communication about them working on their sobriety, because they're aware that you know an awful lot about them. At that time, I don't know whether or not you're going to discuss, is there a future for us? You're aware enough that you don't want to put that extra pressure on them, and they don't want to put it on you either. So here's the thing, the energy I have around it is it's going to get talked about. It's going to get talked about, but it's not going to be acted on until everybody concerned is no longer suffering from the mechanics of addiction, and they're solidly in recovery. You're in recovery from the dependency that you had, which I believe was codependency. I don't know that you've ever had a substance abuse problem. You may have. They've got multiple things going on, and they're working on multiple things, and they're trying to heal and trying to be better and trying to focus on self as well. But they're super duper ridiculously in love with you, and it keeps distracting them. They're going to be in contact, and the only reason I just laughed is like it's actually incredibly sweet and loving. It's very, very sweet. Is that, you know, they want to form a better relationship with themselves. I'm going to go to Spooky. You're the only group I've gotten Spooky on. Spooky is a divine message deck that helps me clarify messages, because I really think that the whole they've got to recover first thing will kind of be the word of the day for a while. Understand that even if you do need to wait for that person to have achieved their sobriety in a way that can it can really take root. You can still be friends in the meantime. It's just that their sobriety can't depend on you. Knight of Wands in reverse. It can't happen yet. But it's telling you to relax. It can't happen yet, but what else is going on here? Can I get some more cards? Five of Pentacles in reverse. That's sincerely, it just can't happen yet. That is that left out in the cold energy. Two of Cups in reverse. What do we get? And the only reason I'm smiling so much is that I do believe this is Nine of Cups in the upright, Six of Swords in reverse. Don't worry about this. This is short term. We can't be together while everybody involved is getting on the right page. But they're coming back to you as soon as they can in all capacities. Help them in the ways that you can to recover. They have good intentions towards you. What they're feeling is, I know I need to fix my own life first. But they want you back in theirs. They want you back in theirs. Don't push for a full relationship yet. It will delay things because they do have addictive tendencies. If you kind of like offer yourself up on a platter, they're going to have a really hard time saying no, and they'll rush a process that you'll end up regretting. But group number 4, your person is going towards recovery now. They're likely to communicate that to you. Understand what that means, and understand that nobody wants to hear about a delay, but I think you get assurances about the depth of their feeling for you. And it looked to me like that there's been enough of a path here that if anything, you'll be like, I can roll with that. Like, yeah, I've rolled. Like when the flame does something like that, oh my God. It really does, it is significant. That's lovely. So the more a candle burns, the higher the flame, the more energy that goes into something. Group number 4, your person is working on themselves. Try not to tempt them to rush that process. The only reason being is that your relationship might survive. It might not actually like challenge their sobriety, their recovery so much that they would ever relapse. But it's a form of codependency in and of itself if your sobriety is tied to a relationship, to anyone other than yourself. They need to do that work. They need to be well, and they need to be whole. And what I got is like they're already a little into this process, so like a year from now might sound ridiculous and really, really long. It will go by. It will go by. And it looks to me like you've done nothing but get healthier, and that you'll be ready for them when they're ready. But that your own recovery process has taught you that it is something codependency has to be healed from. And so does any form of addiction before you can be truly well and connected in a healthy manner. Do you understand that they are getting sober and well for themselves? But part of what made them recognize the need to was how in love they are with you. And that's something to take some comfort in. It's not that they're trying to be better and whole for you. They're doing that for themselves, as they should. Like, you can never change for another person. You can only change for you. And we can change as much as we decide we're going to. But you made them take a better look at themselves. And they want to be the person that they hope you see. And they want to be it for themselves as well. And that's very important. And yes, it may delay things. And a year does sound like a really long time. But you will have time for friendships. That community card was all over the place. You will have time for achievement. And then that 9 of Cups there at the end was spooky. Yes, in the short term, you're by yourself, but you're getting what you want. Support them, love them, be a friend, and know that as soon as the path is clear, they will be more than your friend and that they love you. Take care, be well. Thank you for joining me. If you like this reading, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a button over there or down below. If you would like to enter my free reading giveaway, drop a comment in the comment section down below. I will automatically enter you. If you'd like to book me for a private reading, my untapped credits contain all the information on how to do that, and I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. My website has all my prices. Group number 4. When you're finally together, it will feel like you have, the victory card was there for a reason. You are going to overcome. It will be a victory. It has not been an easy path for you ever, or for them. The reason that you found each other at the point in your life where you did was not so that you could face every obstacle together, but so that you could love that person and they you, as you became the most powerful, self-actualized, self-reliant version of you, and not so that you could both be alone, but so that you could both be very powerful together. But first they have to overcome one area of weakness, just as you did. Take care, be well. I will see you next time.